What's going on, everybody? Cigar Titan here with my good friend Brotha Stogie. Say hello to people.
What up, Cigar fam?
And we are back here at the Cleveland Club in Ontario, California, with a very special guest for you guys today. Brotha Stogie, why don't you tell them what we got in store for them?
Along with a special guest, we are bringing to you cigar smoking. And as you can see on the table, we are pairing those cigars with a little bit of whiskey, a little bit of Scotch whiskey.
You ready to get started?
Let's rock.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. We're here today with our very special guest, Jack Heyer, the West Coast Territory Manager for Alec Bradley. How you doing?
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
Happy to be here. What a beautiful day.
Welcome
It
to
is.
the show. Welcome to the show.
When you guys pitched me this idea, we got whiskey in the morning, I said,
Whiskey
yes.
in the morning, always a good
You
thing.
hear that, Cigar fam? Whiskey for breakfast.
I said, absolutely, let's do it. Football, cigars, whiskey, what? I'm working right now. This is work for me.
Exactly.
This is a great job to have.
Somebody's got to do it. You guys.
Absolutely.
Somebody's got to do it.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am the West Coast Territory Manager, which means I have California, Arizona, and Nevada for Alec Bradley Cigar Company. I also recently picked up, or I'm in negotiations to pick up Alaska, just so I can have the biggest territory as far as like square mileage. I don't know if I'll go up there at all. But I used to work at a cigar website for a while called Cigar Dojo, and then recently, the beginning of this year, I started up at Alec Bradley. Now I'm just traveling around, selling cigars, spreading the gospel, you know.
Spreading the gospel of cigars.
Absolutely.
So we had the pleasure of meeting Jack at the annual Cigar and Spirits. Wow, what the spirit? Hold on. You know what?
Yeah, we might need to.
I need a
crack
drink now.
Crack into that now. We have to keep that in.
What the hell's a spirit?
What are you pouring for yourself?
I am pouring Uncle Near's 100 proof 1856 premium whiskey.
Ooh. So you got a little whiskey. We have a corporate partnership with Glenfiddich.
Okay.
So I brought the Glenfiddich 14, and it's aged in bourbon barrels. So it's got it's Scotch, but it's aged in bourbon barrels, and I think it'll pair really well with the black market Esteli. Because the Esteli's got a little pepper. It's full, medium full, but it's got kind of a nice pairing with the oak and the char of the bourbon barrel and the Scotch. So
Yeah, okay.
got
So
a little peat.
I think Uncle Near's has a maple flavor in it. So with the full body with the Esteli black market, it goes really well for me.
Oh, I would say so.
Which one do you want, Mr. Cigar Titan?
I'm going to try the Glenfiddich. Got 14
course.
years there.
He's getting ready. This bottle is getting ready to, take its driver's test. It's going to get in the car with its parent. Middle school has been pretty rough for the Glenfiddich 14. Hopefully the braces come off and, the acne clears up and this bottle can kind of
Couple nose hairs grow out.
Yeah,
So
hopefully
we
something.
got to start off. We got to do
Cheers.
a cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Two step.
That's really smooth.
Ooh, baby. This is going to be a good day.
Yes, it is.
Right?
This is going to be a good day.
Have mercy. All right, so we have the pleasure of meeting Jack at the Cigar and Spirits annual event in Newport Beach.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Right? Always. So let us know, what is it like working those type of events?
That one was really fun. So I didn't know. They gave me a hole puncher. So people come through and get their, but I have never used a hole puncher before. So I'm like, oh, this is easy. And then it's like the little single ones. Like, I had a freaking carpal tunnel after that event was over. But I had so much fun. Everybody was so nice, and we were handing out this same cigar actually, and the event went great. People were just bringing me booze, which I was not.
Yeah, it's
I was not upset about it at all.
Right?
And it was just the greatest people, a cool venue, and it was nice. It wasn't too hot. I had a great time.
Good, man.
It's those multi-vendors, if you have the chance to go to a event, you get to try a lot of different cigars, a lot of different things. It's kind of like speed dating, but for cigars, You go into a humidor, you buy a cigar, you smoke it, it takes an hour. But with those events, they just drop 15 on you. You can just power through, see what you like. Yeah.
So in this case, we're talking about dating cigars, not dating people. So
Yes, no.
Right? So if you've never been to one of these events, we're all under one venue. You have all these different types of people, all different walks of life, just enjoying spirits and cigars. Doesn't get any better than that.
Absolutely.
I have said, though, at some of my events that I do at shops, that if somebody just buys all the cigars there, I'll take them out for a date. Take you out to a nice seafood dinner. We can both get out of here. You just buy these 20 boxes
That
of
cigar
cigars.
date essentially turns into a real date with Jack.
Yeah, if you guys come to any of my events and just buy all the cigars, I'll take you out to a nice seafood dinner. It'll be great.
There you go.
Okay, so if you come on an empty stomach, okay, you got a little moolah in your pocket. That's
Yeah, it only
right
costs
there.
you like $2,000. No big deal. I'll take you out to.
So tell us, how did you get into cigars? You said you mentioned earlier that you started off working for a cigar website called
Yes.
Cigar Dojo. I'm familiar with that.
Yes.
What got you into cigars?
So when I was a teenager, everything that my parents told me not to do, I did. And that included smoking. And when I was 18, I went and bought my first premium cigar. And a lot of those bad habits from my youth have left. And this is the best habit that stayed.
I heard that.
So cigars, there was just something about it. And you can't just light a cigar and then go about your day. You have to commit some time to
Absolutely.
it. You have to, it's different than cigarettes where you have to, okay, 5 minutes.
Right.
A cigar, it's a commitment. You have to sit
Exactly.
down. And this is like back to the dating thing. Now this is like a dating episode. You gotta sit down. You gotta smoke through it. You gotta kind of familiarize yourself. It's kind of a slower paced thing in our fast paced world.
Exactly. There are no dating apps for smoking cigars. Okay.
So do you remember what your first premium cigar was?
Yes, it was I don't remember. It was a Gurkha something. The shop down the street from me was going out of business, and I didn't know that. And all they had left was their Gurkha section. So the first 10 cigars I bought were all Gurkha, and I thought that Gurkha had like a monopoly on the cigar business. I was like, this is the only cigar that's out there.
Right.
And then that shop closed down, and I went to another shop and, started trying everything else. But yeah, like the first 10 cigars I smoked were Gurkhas, and I think I couldn't tell you which one. It had like a shaggy foot that I
Sure.
don't remember.
Got it.
But I was terrible at smoking cigars. I would smoke them so fast, I'd like burn the inside of my mouth. I'd be like,
Right.
this is great.
Really enjoyed that one. Huh?
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
So all half
I
burnt.
love cigars, man. And I just didn't get it. And then I kind of, you guys are on YouTube. I kind of went to YouTube and online and started learning more how to light a cigar, how to smoke a cigar, how to, all that. What's in a cigar.
Yep.
And then,
YouTube's a great outlet for people who
Oh,
are
it's
really
amazing,
looking
yeah.
on how to enjoy a cigar properly.
and cigars are kind of intimidating. I mean, it's
They can,
you walk
yeah.
into a cigar lounge and everybody knows each other, and you're kind of walking into an unknown territory. And if you don't know what you're doing, you're not, hopefully your retailer will show you how it's done. But
Exactly.
YouTube's a great resource.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we always try to give our cigar family different perspectives on the community feel of the cigar community. So since you've been smoking cigars, you've been at these events doing what you do best. What is your take on the feel of the people of the community that the
they're-
cigar community brings to it?
They're the most gracious, amazing people in the world. I will say some cigar smokers are a little grumpy. There is a lot of complaining about millennials in cigar lounges. But besides that, everyone's nice. If you move to a new place, I moved to California recently. You go to a cigar shop, there's a whole friend group built in. You get to know people. And
Exactly.
what I love about cigar shops is in any cigar lounge, you have your lawyer, your doctor, your plumber, your handyman, your realtor, it's like a whole network built into just the place you go and hang out on your
All
spare
under
time.
one
Yeah.
roof, exactly.
And it takes a certain amount of, I'm not saying cigar smokers are classy, but it is a classy item, so you can,
Absolutely.
have a little bit of a sophistication.
Yes,
In that kind of-
absolutely.
So speaking of sophistication, we're gonna go over something we've never really gone over before on this show. Is how do you hold your cigar? So what is your holding style? What is your cigar carrying style when you smoke?
I'm either the three finger or the two finger, kind of something like this. I think, or maybe I do this. I don't know that I've ever thought about it. I don't know that I've ever. I have seen some people that have held a cigar, and I've been like, that's kind of weird. Like they're holding it, like they're like writing, like they're about to. But I don't really judge. To each his own. However you wanna.
Exactly.
Different strokes, different folks. But now you've maybe ruined my life because I'm thinking about. I'm like, I don't know that I thought about it. And now I'm like, is this right? Is this right? Do you do one hand? Do you do? I don't know.
Hey, there's no right or wrong way to do
It's
it.
not. 'Cause I sort of saw a cigar guy where it kind of showed how different people hold their cigars. So I kind of realized they have kind of an OG Godfather hold. See right there? Oh, see that? Then you finish it off when you talk in conversation. You hold it like this, two fingers out, Boom.
Well, how about, one of my favorite guys is this guy. What's going on? And you're like, what are you saying?
Yeah, chewing
You
on
need
the
you need your mouth to talk, man. I
Right.
can't understand a word you're saying right now.
So you've been with Alec Bradley for how long now?
5-6 months?
5-6 months?
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about what a territory manager does for Alec Bradley.
So a territory manager is a dressed up version of a cigar rep. So I am a salesman that travels from lounge to lounge and either helps promote Alec Bradley, tries to get Alec Bradley in, tries to do events to sell Alec Bradley products. So, it's got a bunch of different duties for basically just a sales rep. I go around but there's a lot that entails that because sometimes a shop doesn't carry Alec Bradley. Would you like to carry Alec Bradley? Sometimes a shop has too much Alec Bradley. Let's sell some Alec Bradley. It's pretty. I have the best job ever. I just sit in a cigar shop and talk to guys about cigars. Different conversations, but
Exactly.
it's a dream gig.
Well, out of all the cigar manufacturers out there, why Alec Bradley?
Alec Bradley was a great for me because I used to smoke a lot of boutique cigars, smaller companies, stuff they were really mobile, stuff they couldn't. I was a big fan of like Espinosa and Cornelius and Anthony, Pier 28. There's a bunch of like small brands, and Alec Bradley I think is like the biggest boutique brand. We're still a small company, family owned, but they had the resources to, I have a nice lifestyle. They pay a good salary and they still have some mobility and some of that boutique-y feel of kind of the companies I used to smoke. And they're some of my favorite cigars on the market. And we do some new fun stuff. We have Alec and Bradley. So our company was founded by Alan Rubin in 1996. And his two sons, he named the company after Alec and Bradley.
Okay.
So Alec and Bradley now are my bosses. They're full adult men. At the time they were, in school. And they came out with their own cigars that they blend and test, and it's their own boutique line. So last year it was the Blind Faith, and this year they released a cigar called the Gatekeeper with Ernesto Perez Carrillo, which I'm thrilled about because not only do we have our core brands like Black Market, the stuff you see everywhere, but we have these fun kind of hyper-mobile, super boutique-y cigars that I used to just fanboy out over in my past. So we're going in a cool direction.
So if we were looking to pick up, if any of the viewers out there
Absolutely.
were looking to pick up some of these boutique cigars, where could they go to find them?
So there's on Alec Bradley, you can go to our website, but you ask your retailer. I say that's the strongest connection is you and your retailer because where you spend your dollars is how you influence, what you got going on. So
Exactly.
even if it's Alec Bradley, if it's whatever company you're a big fan of and your retailer doesn't carry, go in there and spend your time there, spend your dollars there. I try to advise, if you get a great deal online, that's fine, but try to support your local retailer as much as
Absolutely, of
possible
course, of
and
course.
spend your dollars there because you go in and you buy some cigars and you say, hey, can we bring in this brand that I'm really passionate about, the new Gatekeeper from Alec Bradley? If if he gets enough guys asking for that, he's going to bring it in, and then you can support your local retailer by buying the cigars there, and you can support the companies and the manufacturers so we don't have to have these great mom and pop shops go out of business because everybody wants to buy the cheapest deal online.
Right.
Gotcha. So this morning, I'm smoking the Black Market at Stelly. My go-to when I first began smoking Alec Bradley cigars was the Black Market line itself. What are your favorite Alec Bradley cigars?
So it kind of changes because I have access to the whole catalog, and I'm the kind of guy that if I go to a restaurant and I eat the best steak I've ever had, I'll go back to that same restaurant and order something different because it's like, what if that's better? What if it's so I can't smoke the same cigar twice in a day. I sometimes can't even smoke the same cigar in like a week. So I rotate around. Right now, the Black Market Esteli's hitting heavy in my rotation. The Tempest Nicaragua. I really like Nicaraguan tobacco, and we're primarily Honduran company, but we have great relationships with factories in Nicaragua. So we have Black Market Esteli, Tempest Nicaragua, and then the Prensado Lost Art.
Okay.
We make a cigar. Not a lot of people smoke smaller ring gauges, but we make a cigar called the Coyol in Petit Lancero.
Oh.
Phenomenal cigar. So those are my current pulls, but none of them are bad. Smoke all of them. Buy them all, please. Or move to California and open up a shop and spend $1 million with Alec Bradley.
So how long you been out in California now?
I moved here in April.
April?
So not too long.
Where'd you move from?
I'm from Denver, Colorado originally, born and bred, and I love California. It's very nice. I'm stuck in traffic a lot, but
Yeah.
first of all, I like to complain, and I smoke cigars in my car.
Californians.
Yeah, I like to complain, which that's great. And complaining about traffic is like a pastime here. I was like, oh, this is great. And then I smoke in my car. So I just have the mobile lounge.
Right.
So I'm stuck in traffic. Light a cigar, it's whatever. I'm not even bothered by it.
So from one traveler to another, how long or how often are you on the road traveling for Alec Bradley?
It's about 2 to 3 weeks a month. I'm in either Northern California, Vegas,
Right.
Arizona.
And are you attending all the events as well?
I try to. Any like we'll be at the Big Smoke this
Okay.
year, which I've never been to. I'm really excited. I was just at the Rocky
awesome.
Mountain Cigar Fest, and
Right.
if you ever can get to the Rocky Mountain Cigar Fest, the best festival I've ever been to. It's so fun, and yeah, I like those multi vendors. I'm going to a Cigar and Spirits golf event.
I heard
I've
about
seen
that.
that.
I'm going to that on the. I got a pretty fire outfit planned. I've been on eBay left and right.
It's all about the outfit.
Golf is all about
the outfit.
If I can't get a fit off, I'm not showing up. Yeah, so I do a lot of and I try to do a lot of Alec Bradley events too. So look at our website, look at our calendar. I'm usually every weekend, every other weekend, popping up at a shop and offering deals and wheeling and dealing, and I'd bother you in person if you'd like.
So for everybody watching to catch the events that are coming up with Alec Bradley, they can go on your website.
Yeah, go on the website, follow me. I'm on Instagram. My Instagram is Cigar Journal, and Cigar Journal magazine. If you want to buy that from me, name any dollar amount. I'll sell it to you for sure. I swooped that baby up in like 2012.
Okay.
I'm playing, and then Jack Hire on Facebook. Yeah, I'm posting wherever I am and trying to be better at the social media. The social media is tough, man. You got to be.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like a full-time job.
You have to be a millennial to be able to work.
I'm not even
with
good at that.
the
Yeah, these damn millennials.
And I figure the more gray hair I get in my beard, the worse off on social media.
Oh yeah. How's that pairing, those two, the spirit and the cigar for you?
With the Esteli being a full body cigar, this pairing is actually pretty awesome. Because the high I usually get, no pun intended.
Yeah.
I don't feel it here, so it's actually, awesome.
Yeah.
Good balance.
Out of the black market blends, this would probably be my favorite.
Oh, it's great. The Black Market Esteli is great because it's got the same, like Black Market is known for that medium to full bodied, earthy, and this has kind of got that same base, but with the Nicaraguan tobacco added, it gives you that extra spice, and that's kind of why I felt like the Glenfiddich 14 would work, because it's got the Scotch base and it's, robust, but then also you get the bourbon, kind of the spice on the top of it.
Exactly. So outside of being the territory manager for Alec Bradley, being a normal Joe,
Yeah.
what do you look for when you go into a cigar lounge? What is the ambiance, the atmosphere that you look for going into a lounge?
Well, now, I used to just I had like a couple lounges that I would go to, but now I'm well versed in the very different, and it doesn't have to be one thing. I think that the most important thing, but it depends on what you're looking for. I've come into Culebra Club before. I just said, hey, Richie, like I'm stuck in traffic. Can I just come and just sit and just not be bothered? And sometimes that's great. Like I want to go to a cigar lounge and I want to sit in the corner and I want to just scroll on different things on my phone and just relax and kind of shake the day off. Sometimes I want to go to a real nice joint where it's, they got nice music playing and there's maybe a full bar and you kind of class it up and it's a night out, like a nice cigar bar. That's great. Sometimes I want to go to kind of a dive bar type cigar place where everybody gives you shit and they can I curse? Yeah.
You're good.
Where everybody,
You can't monetize this anyway.
yeah, where everybody just kind of makes fun of you and says your hair looks bad.
Right, or you're
like,
you're holding your cigar wrong.
yeah, that type of place. Sometimes I want
telling you
that.
what to do with your own damn cigar.
I like the places too where you walk in and everybody knows your name, and there's different places where it's like, Joe, how's it going, man? So there's a bunch of different. There's no right or wrong way. What I don't like is kind of dirty or like the smoke's not ventilated or.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's a lot of different ways to be a great cigar lounge.
Oh,
That's what I love. It's not just one exact thing.
Yeah, and getting to travel around as much as you do. Is there any favorite lounges you might want to recommend for people out there with the territory that you cover?
Oh yeah, well if you're in the inland, Culebra Club is fantastic. Their chairs are comfortable. That's a very underrated thing.
Yes.
If I come to a cigar lounge and I'm like,
Right.
oh my God, what are you? Their chairs are comfortable. They got all the TVs in the world. There's a place in Fullerton called 888. It's got a wonderful private members area that you can get back into. Yes, that's great. In Northern California, San Jose, Ohlone, it's great. You can There's a great group of guys there, and everybody knows everybody. In Arizona, Foxes,
Okay.
in Scottsdale and Gilbert, like nothing you've seen before. It's a crazy selection. Their bar is stocked to the gills.
Okay.
Churchill's in Arizona, the Cigar Warehouse in Vegas, best prices you're ever gonna see. I mean, there's a lot of great options, and yeah, do your research. Go on Yelp, go on different places, and whenever you travel, go on Facebook, go in a group and say, hey, where do you guys like to go there? Because you might see the best place that's reviewed, and then the place that people actually go to.
Exactly. The cigar family. So as you hear him speaking, there's a cigar lounge or a cigar shop for everybody. So if you've never been to a cigar lounge before, just kind of look them up on Yelp, see what the reviews are, but actually go in, check the place out for yourself, see what the atmosphere is like, and see if that place is for you. If not, try the next one. It'll be one about 15 miles toward either direction.
Yeah, and ask questions too. I think that's the biggest weakness for me when I first started smoking cigars is I was nervous to admit what I don't know. And there's still, I've been smoking cigars for a long time. I've now worked in the cigar business. I know so little about cigars when compared to the grand scope and scheme of things. And there's retailers that have been doing this for decades. That,
Exactly.
know every blend and every cigar
That's the
out
thing.
there.
I mean, you go into a lounge, and you're intimidated. You walk in there, you don't want to be the guy or girl that doesn't know anything. But I can tell you, it's been my experience, at least, that in going into most of these lounges and just talking to the tobacconist or the cigar shop, manager, owner, you'd be surprised at just how much people are willing to talk and share their experiences with you. It's not something that I think people overplay it a little bit in their head and make it out to be a bigger issue than it actually is. Go in there, talk to these folks. You'd be surprised at how willing they are to just sit down and have a conversation with you and show you kind of the ropes of how to get into a cigar and things like that.
And don't be afraid to try new things too.
Absolutely.
Cigars with new shops with new. Maybe you only smoke Connecticut's, and that's great. But there might be a Connecticut that's a little stronger, or a Connecticut that's got a different wrapper, or maybe a cigar that's not a Connecticut, but it's not that strong. And you never know until you try some different stuff.
Yeah,
Exactly. And don't worry about trying to go into lounges and knowing all the lingo, Connecticut and Churchill's. Don't worry about all that. Just go in there, and if you really just do not know anything about cigars, just ask.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of what you do not know, because it's all about growth and getting to know things and getting to know everything about it.
Yeah, that stuff comes with time, and as you go down this journey of learning about cigars, these are things that you'll pick up along the way. You don't have to be an expert on smoking cigars the second you stop, you walk into a shop. So,
Because even the Cigar Titans were rookies at one point.
well, this guy was.
Can I do the finger? No. If I could do the finger, I would.
Well, Jack, we want to say thank you very much for
thank
stopping
you
by
guys.
today
This is
and having
great.
a conversation with us. We really appreciate it. Once again, you want to throw out your social media?
Yes,
for
Cigar
everybody?
Journal on Instagram and Jack Hire on Facebook.
All right, Cigar fam, so that pretty much wraps it up. So if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. If you are new to the Cigar Titans channel, go and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you get a notification every time we do a new video. And until next time, smoke how you live how you smoke. And that's smooth, baby.
Take care, everybody. I'm just trying to think of how to pass it off to you.
Scotch whiskey.
You know how hard you are right now?
Whiskey? Oh, did you? Well, they're uneven on the table for one. You know what I'm saying?
No. You don't even know the thought process.
It took like 20 minutes.
You can read in 2 seconds.
I know.
You and Rich are out there throwing dice.
Trying to get everything, and then he comes in here. No, I don't like any of this. All right.